Hi, Gerhard Bloom here, once again looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. Um, so, have you heard of the looming famine and food shortages where millions, if not billions, will starve to death? Oh, yeah. Um, this was predicted by Paul Ehrlich in 1968. 1968, he predicted in the 1970s, 1980s, mass starvation, huge social discord as people are flooding away from starving areas in the desperate search for food. But what happened? Uh, Desperate food shortages, mass starvations. No. As populations rose dramatically, food insecurity declined dramatically. This is a fact. Never in human history have so many people been so well fed. The starvations that do occur, these are politically manufactured starvation. As it happens, there's more than enough food to feed everybody on the planet and feed them well, right? To feed them well. Why do I bring this up? Because currently the Dutch government is waging a war against its farmers. Now, what's this war about? Well, the Dutch government is concerned about toxic emissions, right? If you ask your friend Mr. Google will tell you that the Dutch government is so concerned about the environment, and you should be too, right? That it is forcing its farmers to cut toxic emissions. Well, what a laudable goal that is. Well, we currently have 8 billion people on the planet. Now, remember I said populations rose dramatically, food insecurity declined dramatically. Artificial fertilizers, right? Artificial fertilizers play no small role in this gigantic human achievement. And so the Dutch government, in slashing these allegedly harmful emissions, is going to cause the farmers to cut their herds, right? They're cut their livestock herds, and many of whom will be absolutely driven out of business. Now, I've been to Holland. It's just a tiny little speck of a country. Up until 10 minutes ago, I was completely oblivious to the fact that Holland is the second largest producer of agricultural products on the planet. So this will have serious implications for food insecurity around the world, right? This will impact you. And not to mention those poor farmers, right, who are trying to feed their citizens, trying to earn a living, and exporting food around the globe to help feed you and I. And little speck of a country, their cutting emissions won't do anything. Even if these emissions were harmful, and they're not, it would absolutely do nothing. So why is the Dutch government doing this? Well, of course, to wave the banner of virtue, right? Because they care about the planet and you don't. Well, utter nonsense, right? And it's dangerous nonsense. I'm not sure if you're aware, but recently the government in Sri Lanka was brought down, and was brought down hard, but not before it managed to utterly destroy the economy and create absolute ruin in their farming industries. Same policy, right? Same policies, cut these harmful emissions. Well, Sri Lanka is not a major producer of food in the world, so the tragedy is largely limited to the people of Sri Lanka who were poor before this catastrophic policy initiative, and they're even more poor now, utterly inexcusable, right? So this nonsense is dangerous. It's dangerous nonsense. I plan on talking about these global climate alarmists in a later video, but I thought I would speak to this issue now because it's as timely as today's news. But if you want to prepare in advance, there's an excellent book I can recommend, Unsettled, right? What climate science tells us, what it doesn't, and why it matters. And this was written by an Obama appointee when he was in office, and this guy had bought into the narrative, right? Well, he since realized that this settled science, climate catastrophe, it is not at all settled. Not at all settled. There's some deep questions here. Another great book is Apocalypse Never. Sullenberger, I think the author's name is. He also wrote San Francisco, which is an excellent book about how the social leftists have destroyed the city of San Francisco with their policies. And yet a third book is The Moral Case for Fossil Fuels. Right? Anyways, 3 excellent books I can recommend. I do hope, I don't speak about this apocalyptic narrative surrounding climate in my book, but I do speak to other very important issues in my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. No, not important because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues are important. Thank you for your time, and if you appreciate the video, please drop a thumbs up. Happy to have you as a subscriber. Take care then. Bye-bye.